right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to the Ultra Spacetime Podcast, episode 77, Kaio-WHAT? And before we go in, as always, Twitch Prime is not a crime, so if you want to support the channel, you have that free Prime sub lying around. Feel free to drop it here, it is much appreciated. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Twitch, and yeah, we have a Discord server, Facebook, Reddit, what have you. We have, I think it's called Solo now, it's not Linktree anymore. But yeah, you'll find it in the description and in the chat right now. And with that said, today we have a first timer on the channel, longtime community member, finally managed to join 5-9 Gaming, the SuperMojiBro. Why don't you introduce yourselves to our audience? How are you doing, man?
Hello, 5-9 gamers. I am the SuperMojiBro, and thank you for the introduction, Palm. A little about myself. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/SuperMojiBro. I've been a Legends player since day one. And if you didn't know, I'm also won the second year Legends Festival bath towel giveaway. You can find that on my Twitter at the SuperMojiBro to see which unit I chose. Yeah, that's right, Shantu. Moji is now 5'9".
So yeah, if you want to know which unit he's using to wipe his ass dry, go on, check him out on Twitter. And
exactly.
And we are, of course, not just joined by him. We have 3 more guests today. We have Team Potassium all the way, Battleamore back on here. How are you doing?
I couldn't say it better myself. I hope you have a fantastic Legend weekend and a Potassium evening. How are you guys doing today? And welcome, SuperMojiBro, to the 5-9 Gaming.
Thank you, Battleamore. I appreciate it.
There we go. And then we have our washed up Andy, xNoctis. What's good?
Yo, don't even, man. I don't want to be toxic again, okay? 30 minutes ago, I was throwing the table, okay, man? Don't even. I know where you live. I actually don't, but you know what I mean.
Is that your third table this
Anyway.
weekend?
Yeah, man. It's the 3.5 table, man. I got like 3/4. Now it's like 1/3. There you go.
Damn.
And
And-
SuperMojiBro, yo, thank you. Welcome.
And of course, we are joined today by DFree. Glad to have you back on the podcast. How are you?
Hey, happy to be back, and I'm doing good. I hope all of you guys are as well.
All right, so today we are going to be talking about, obviously, the Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. We're going to talk about the banner, and we're going to talk about the new game mode that I think has split the community somewhat in half. And yeah, other than that, we got GodTube as well, and we're talking a little bit about what do we expect for the rest of the month in terms of banners and events. And with that said, let's go into Ultra Super Saiyan Blue. What is your opinion of him, DFree?
I think the guy's a menace. Like, yesterday I put out, it was a short on YouTube, and also I put on like Instagram. It was just, but like on the surface, it looks like I was just like kind of like charge stepping, doing a pretty lengthy combo with a lot of ki expended, by the way. So there's that. But then when you really think about it, it's like, okay, when you deconstruct that little clip that I put out, it's like, okay, he had draw speed. I filled the gauge in this lengthy combo, got a vanish, picked up draw speed, inhibited the opponent's combo, got my vanish back, got them to vanish there. They tried to retaliate. I got another vanish, which is another draw speed. And then like I had a full hand, full sequence of ki, a green card waiting, and it's like, okay, no. This is too powerful. Like I had enough juice to steamroll like from there. And that's really how I would describe this character. Like I think this guy is an absolute beast, easily top 2 in the game with Ultra Gogeta. And I, if you were to say one is better than the other, I wouldn't disagree with you. I think it's one of those 1A, 1B situations. They're both incredibly good. But Goku is the best combo damage dealer in the game, and he's got the Nullify cover. And he has, just like Gogeta, he has things that are like so extra in his kit that he doesn't necessarily need to be as good as he is. You know, like Goku has the blasts that destroy your blue cards constantly. Like, why? You know, he's got the, like I said, the gauge that does all the various different things, this incredible effects that pop off, the multiple vanishes, 5 times getting 100% gauge is insane, and it's unheard of in this game. His blue does good stuff, his ultimate does good stuff. Doesn't he have like blast null as well? Like, this guy is something else, and if you don't own him, you're gonna want to own him for sure. But I understand why people may not want to particularly pull on the banner, because it's a weird time. We might be getting a superhero banner, the anniversaries are around the corner, but easily an incredible monster. just disgusting. I have no, seriously, like the first time I saw him, I was like, I didn't have him for a couple of days, and I played against somebody. I was like, okay, I can see that this guy needs practice with him, but like if he played him right, I would have just got destroyed. It's just that simple. So very powerful, and you really don't really have much counterplay.
Yeah, he is a monster from himself. I can easily say he's one of the best yellow units in the game. The strike seal, as soon as the opponent just appears, you just destroy every blast armor unit right away, because you can just instantly use a blast.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the strike seal, but like that is easily like, if you can make an argument, that's like the top 2 or 3 thing in his entire kit overall. I don't want to say the best because the gauge is so valuable, but the strike seal is ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you forget about it and then you switch into another character just because they get draw speed on entry and you have only strikes, or you just wanted to click a strike and you just miss because, oops, you can't.
Yep. Yeah. It's disgusting, man.
It's pretty insane, yeah.
I have no... This Goku reminds me so much of another unit, but I cannot put my finger to it. But he is a literal upgraded version of Evo Vegeta. Like continuous swing combo, but even more fierce. And it's... Yeah, he can continue doing this forever. Even though you do not... he gets like his vanish back like up to 5 times. But you don't notice. You think he will have that right away. No matter what, he will have that continuously because it never goes out. Because the matches, it's not really, you don't really count how many times he charge up and get that gauge up.
And then also when he charges the gauge full while he has vanish, I guess that doesn't count, right? So it's still 5 times?
It does.
Yeah, it does?
Count.
It does. Yeah.
It does count.
So you're just wasting it if
So
you're
when you
charging
charge
full.
5 times, it's gone, basically. I tested it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had a match go that long personally.
Yeah, but it's nice to know. Like when you did it 5 times, you should be scared. You won't get it again.
100%. But if you don't have that in your mindset when you fighting this dude, you don't know. You do not know if he has another vanish, and people get so afraid and keeps trying to sidestep us. Like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Well, to be fair, you can see it. It says gauge restored.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know.
With the Goku, you've got to be super aware, because if the thing that I tried to really explain, it wasn't really to plug my short, it was to explain that if you are not in a position where you can stop this Goku, he can snowball disgustingly, because the freaking green card is such a pivotal piece that he picks up endlessly, basically. And what happens if he just draws one naturally? You've got to think about the amount of ki and cards he can just expend freely, especially if he starts snowballing and getting these vanishes. Like I said, I had +3 draw speed with this dude. Why? It's not very long, but he doesn't need it to be very long. And then he's going to fill the gauge again and get another vanish, which turns into either combo hindrance or another draw speed buff. And you just keep going. And again, they gave him nullify cover for 30 counts. So there's no actual counterplay. He really does snowball in an incredible way if he gets going. And you have to really just be aware of it and play him certainly differently. That's why I said the only other character I think is even close to him is Gogeta, because Gogeta does something similar in that he just does so many FU type of things that are just like really annoying to play against. It's just like, there's just things in these kits that are like, you know, somebody made this joke. They were like, oh, they don't spend all the time making the animations for the characters. They spend all the time trying to figure out how to break the characters. And I retweeted it. And it's like, yeah, it's the truth, man. It's like, what do they do? Because when you look at the initial like preview from the video, it's like, it looks like he'll be cool. But then you get the look at the kit and it's like, oh, plus 110% damage. Oh, plus this and that, like 80% extra, whatever. It's like, God dang, dude, why? Like, how much did you need? So
Everything.
I don't know. And then like right now in the little clip, I'm watching it, and that's another element to this guy too. I wanted to say this a little earlier, that the gauge is next level, because if you really get good with this guy and you learn how to manipulate that gauge and end it just shy of being full and then vanish and then charge briefly, you get another vanish back. Maybe they didn't expect that, and then again you snowball on them. Yep. Because the gauge has such a high skill cap to it that it charges really quickly, so it's kind of hard to get down. But if you can get it down, There's too many benefits for vanishing. Just simply for vanishing. Draw speed's insane. And then filling the gauge does 10 different things. So like, seriously, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say is actually I managed to once do it. So you just, as you said, you just go until you're almost full. And I managed to evade a Rising Rush like this. You know, they were just like, all right, I got his vanish. I'm going to rush. And I was like, no, you don't. And, you know, as you said, the skill ceiling is so high that you can do some impressive plays with that if you have it down. Which is also why I think it's very important that the gauge is actually displayed to your opponent so that they can see what you're up to as well. Because imagine you wouldn't see the opponent's gauge status. That would be a little insane, right?
Right.
Yeah, that would have been head hurting. We don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Another-
Not gonna lie. This makes
Another
it
aspect
the most
of the combos, stopping combos is -1 to card art draw speed for 10 timer counts whenever he enters the field, along with stopping strikes. He's also slowing his opponents down with his draw speed.
true.
Yeah, he gives him opponent minus card draw speed, and the
Yeah.
green card keeps buffing him for 30%.
And he
it's
gets
insane.
the I can't stress enough that he gets the green card for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets everything he wants.
Does he always get the green card or 7 times?
7 times, I believe.
7 times, yeah.
Yeah, but still 7 times
That's
is a
enough,
lot.
man. 7.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
And you
literally,
know-
he's the opposite of Gogeta. He gains green card while Gogeta gets blue card. Depends on if you full the gauge.
The thing with the green card is that if it were restricted and said, oh, only randomly draws a new card like 3 times, it wouldn't be as big of an issue. But it's limitless, and it gives you 40 key, which is a massive boost because it only costs 15 to use. And then don't his blasts destroy cards while his strikes restore his key as well? Like, there are things in his kit that just lend themselves to his playstyle. And he's probably one of the best, if not perfect designed characters they've ever released in this game from top to bottom. So I don't really know what they do with this guy going forward. It's funny, I was thinking about this last night. You know, Gohan has such a stranglehold on this game that this is his fault. This is seriously his fault. Because they were like, how do we find a way to freaking power creep this guy? And then we start getting these broken characters all consecutively out of nowhere with a pretty, where before that, it was a pretty straight line. Like all the characters were pretty good, but they weren't this good, you know? But I guess they got tired of Gohan being just disgusting. This is his fault. Seriously. Him, Gogeta, the tag characters, like this is why they started popping up. Because you can't have this 3-year-old character be the best character in your freaking game for too long, man. And he was already the best for like a year.
Oh yeah, his throne
Yeah,
was...
that's true.
His throne was
This
undisputed.
makes me more afraid of what's going to happen to the future Ultra, because so far the Ultra has been very insanely how both of them goes. And when they first looked at this kid, when they were showing, many had like, he's not going to be good. I mean, have you just waited until he has come out?
By the way,
Yeah.
Kaio always gets a green card when he fills the gauge. It's not restricted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always, yeah.
It's the
Oh,
health
it's-
that it's the health,
health
that,
is
that-
restricted, yeah.
Yeah, hell,
is
is 7
times.
times. Okay.
Because
But
he
still.
totally needed the health 7 times for
Yeah,
whatever
exactly,
reason.
man.
Because he's so squishy.
And the heal on main. No.
It's
On top of
15% too, and he can add 2 plats if you want to, but
Yeah, he totally needed that.
I'm
So
not gonna lie, he's the most fun unit to play as. Don't even. He is.
he
It's like
is
no
extremely
chance.
fun.
That's
I
what I
mean,
love
because
about
it's fun
him.
to
He's so
kick
fun.
people's faces in with never-ending combos and
Exactly,
constant
yeah.
vanishes.
As long as
And
you're
then if
not
you
getting
team 'em
yours
up-
kicked in, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not fighting another one. But
mean,
running
yeah,
them
You
with
know, the
They-
last character that really made me feel that way in terms of just constantly vanishing was LF Broly, man. When he came out, there were some times where he would snowball and he would just be able to stay in the match and never have to exit because the blast armor and then the vanishing restore too. It was pretty crazy. Especially because you would switch versus him and he gets those bonuses like the Zenkai 18 stuff, the draw speed, right? Like he was the last character that made me really feel like I just didn't need to switch.
Yeah.
And this guy is the same way. So
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like this guy has made its more like permanent place in Universal Survivor Saga. Not only that, God Key as well. And it's
he's
like
not going anywhere, man.
No, he's not going
anywhere.
I mean, he
Any
also just
team
came
he's
out,
available
right?
on, he needs to be there. And like the thing about these characters is that the ultras, it's going to be really interesting to see how things go. They've tried to, and you can already see it in the design from the free ones all the way to the new ones. They've tried to make it to where there isn't incentive to run full ultra teams by doing those ultra abilities that like are restricted to either the leader slot or full team comps. Like if you wanted to use him with Gogeta and have them both get the full thing, you're running this guy on fusions or something like that, or I guess Gogeta on USS in the leader slot. Either way, I don't give a damn about that. If I get 3 powerful ultras, this guy, Gogeta, and another character, they're all going on the same team. I don't care. Especially if it's a Saiyan, I don't care. It's
I was about to say, you have 2 Saiyans, so even if the next Ultra is going to be like a villain, you're just going to throw that Ultra on the leader slot and Saiyan bench, right? Done.
Yeah. I'll sacrifice that 30% because they're too good. Yep. And I don't think they thought that far ahead. So there are probably going to be some different types of conditions on those Ultra abilities going forward, but it's going to be really interesting to see when we get that 3rd summonable how things look, man. PvP might be damn near unplayable unless you're running full like counter meta or something, which I don't know what that even looks like right now, or just running that same team.
But I kind of do like that he is yellow for the reason of now people will use more of a different color variation.
I mean, red's dead anyway, so he's fine.
But people now actually using red units. I see them everywhere.
I've started to see a lot more corrupted mercs of Masu.
Yeah,
that's trash.
See FSK
Get him out of here.
Back.
He ain't doing nothing.
I see FSK Gohan doing the same, even running the same team. FSK Gohan with this Goku because he keeps
he actually works pretty good there because he's blast based too.
Yeah, so it's just insane how well everything can work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will most likely leader this Goku no matter what, because you can literally run him on fusions and it doesn't really stop fusion that much if Gogeta loses like 5% only.
We even saw him on LOE, so he has Rising Rush control with the Friezas.
I actually
powerful opponent I think might be his best team or one of his best teams. So
yeah, I mean honestly, like everybody's throwing like anything on LOE, or like Jiren for example, people would also play him as a powerful opponent, I guess, but it's just like Revival
I was
Frieza
on Jiren's podcast too, and it was like, oh yeah, that's his best team. Sorry to cut you off, Pom.
Yeah. And I guess that's probably also the only counter team for him is right now is like LOE, because they also just do so much damage to Saiyans, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Battle.
We gotta agree on one thing.
No.
What happened to the comment of making Ultra unique with the animations?
I already told you. They spend all of the time making the characters broken. They play through matches with these characters, and this is just satire. Anyways, they play through all of the matches with the character and say, okay, how does he match up versus this guy? Nope, give him more. They got a slider there. Nope, give him more. He needs to be better. That's what they're doing. That outside of the art, that's all they're doing.
So they were like at 70%, and then they just like, okay, this is not good enough. Do 90.
Nope,
still not good enough. 110.
Enough.
We got the sweet
Needs
spot. One combo.
Dude, the unique is too slow. Make it fast, Daddy.
But honestly, if they ever decide to Zenkai LF Cell, they need to give his gauge this treatment, dude. Like his gauge is taking 2 years to charge up.
This is so bad in comparison to this.
But I mean, also his gauge is different, as in you can only do it once, right? So.
Yeah, well, they can easily change that on the Zenkai.
Poor Cell.
Yeah,
Cell's gauge is like so bad comparatively.
Yeah.
It's got similar buffs, but it's like one time and Goku's just like, hold my beer. I'm going to do the same thing 7 times.
Yeah, just keep it forever. It's pretty insane. So I'm curious, what are your guys' favorite teams to run this guy on?
I mean, I'm using him on Universal Survival Saga.
With Bergamo?
Yes, I actually use Bergamo because I keep facing this Goku, and Bergamo tanks really well and keeps getting these buffs every time he got hit. So I was like, yeah, continue with all the combo. Just continue. I will keep healing and just get more buffs. Unless you swap, I will not do anything.
The play for that match is you bring Beerus and then off a blast hit the green card and then you're stuck.
Yeah, but I'm doing both. I use Universal Survival. I have both of them in there.
I'm just saying Bergamo's done. I don't think
Oh, yeah.
Bergamo is high enough ceiling to make me not want to bring this guy, for example. Like, I'd be okay with that. You know, you were okay with it. That's fine. But if I were versus that team, I'd be cool with that too.
Yeah, but people are not really using Universal Survival Saga. People are using God Key without much of a blue unit. They will use Beerus if I see one. But so far, for every God Key, I see him more with the Goku and Vegeta and Senkai Vegeta. That's the most combo I continuously see that this Goku is with in God Key.
I mean, to be fair, most people will not expect you to actually bring Bergamo, but just because, you know, he's on the bench. He's still a valuable bench with the HP, so people think you bring him for bench, and then all of a sudden, bam, he's there. So
yeah, people are underestimating red units a lot now because you have Ultra Gogeta, you have so many powerful blue units. I mean, that's the reason why I used like Bergamo. It's like, I'm using Hale as a Senkai bench just to test this out, and yeah, I'm taking all the hits.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
That is only me. That is only me. You just don't follow exactly what I'm doing. It's more fun to test different teams.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think that Bergamo is pretty solid still. I think he's got some nice things in his kit, and I actually didn't think Kale deserved to become the meme that she became. Because, I mean, her stuff's cancelable, but I think she was a little better than she deserved. But that's me. But I'm telling you, I don't care about pretty much any red character in this meta. Corrupted Zamasu, none of them. I don't care about any of them. Especially because there's, for every one, there's like 2 or 3 blues you could bring. I don't care, personally.
Yeah, but that's the point, am I? Because you have blue units, but you will not think that I'll actually use a red unit.
Well, but all the blues are good is the point. It's not like in your case, you're bringing a red to try to counter this guy, which is fine. But I don't lose anything if I don't worry about your red either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
That is 100% true.
Yeah. That's why that's my point is that like it's a good idea and it's not, and I think that you can have success, but it's not making me have to play differently. I'm still bringing my same 3 broken characters, you know? So
true.
it's still broken.
It don't matter to me. And like the thing about like Goku getting like stonewalled by Bergamo, which he certainly can, because especially before his damage gets going, it's not particularly incredible, even with the 110. But like to me, my mindset is, okay, I'm just gonna get a really quick rush, or I'm gonna find a way to make you switch. Like I'll bring Beerus in, like if I were using that team specifically, like whatever the case is, and then that sets you behind the 8 ball. And that's just my mindset, right? So that's why I'm just like, it is what it is. I desperately really do think red needs more. And I don't care about Ultra Gogeta comparatively. Like if they drop a really good red character and I have access to him on a good team like God Key with a solid green, I don't care if Ultra Gogeta's in rotation, because you can't let that determine how powerful characters are. You can't let that determine whether or not you use an element. Like you don't want to just say, oh, this color is not available because there's a good character of X color in rotation. The problem with red right now is if you look at the top end talent of these colors, red is just like, okay, who's there? Super Gogeta? Gohan, who's hardly existent anymore. He's still really good, but hardly
Zamasu,
existent.
yeah.
That's the problem, you know? Zamasu is okay. He's got some good utility, but he's still squishy as shit.
Yep.
Sorry. He's gonna get one combo by everything. So like that's the problem with red in particular. And then you look at other colors, like blue, for example, just comparatively, blue versus red. Look at other colors, green, whatever, it doesn't matter. Purple. Purple's got a lot. Jiren, Vegito, tag characters. Like red has what?
0.
So
I feel like this new free-to-play Goku is like a prototype for a new unit that will arrive soon and also be red with the similar mechanic of getting just type null to counter blue units.
I really do
Just
think
like
we're getting a red for Annie. Like if we get Ultra Instinct or whatever, he's gonna be red. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
Because this is not by mistake. They're doing this on purpose. They've got to know this imbalance. It typically always. The funny thing is, since the launch of this game, I can remember more times that like red has been dead and blue has been good than the other way around. It always kind of works like this. So I don't know, man.
Though I do remember that this Goku, or not just this Goku, there is one unit that has the first blast nullification. That is not blast armor, but blast nullification on the green card. It was the old OG Broly, right?
Yeah.
the movie Broly.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
now they return it back to this Ultra, which is even more broken than the Blast Armor.
Wait, the
Takes
Broly
no
had
damage
blast
at all.
nullification? Which
Yeah, on
one?
the screen
Yeah, the
card.
blue
The
one.
green card, the
The real
Senkai one.
OG that also broke the game basically when he came out.
Yeah.
The Super Saiyan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Super Saiyan, the blue
The Super
Senkai
Saiyan
one.
Blue,
The Blues and Kai
the blue
Broly.
one. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I never knew this, I think. Let me because I only remember Full Power
He-
Frieza
he-
having this.
Yeah,
On his
he was
green.
the first one to have that on his green card, and it kind of was insane. And now this Goku having this is just, oof, just no take no damage at all. It gives a high moment because even if you have low HP, you can literally do the combos correctly. Because if you use that ult and the people use blast, you have already caught your opponent, and they know for sure that your unit will not die.
That actually saved me a match. I was down to less than one blast card from death, and I had my ult, and I was just able to blast null through his
That's
card,
pretty broken, man.
and it won me the match because I was able to. I had enough green cards built up to one-shot his unit. So that is a pretty broken feature.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. So yeah, Moji, what is your favorite team with this Goku?
Right now, I'm leadering him on fusions with Gogeta 4 and Ultra Gogeta.
Yeah, that's what
Just
most
going
people do.
pure.
Yeah.
I'm running pure power,
Pure beat sticks.
as I like to get exactly. Just kind of power my way through. Gogeta 4, and though the one thing I don't like about it is I don't end up having rush protection. But Gogeta 4, as long as I keep my cover cut, he can pretty much tank a rush. But yeah, that's been my favorite team to run him on so far. Him being paired up with that Ultra Gogeta has been.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
can
I've been
take over
testing
a
out,
match.
but I'm most likely a guy that just focuses on the fun part of this, so that's why I'm using Universal Survival Saga. I really wanted to use Kale a lot, but I see the teams that I see, and I was like, oh no.
You don't have Jiren or Beerus?
I have Jiren, Beerus, I have God of Destruction Topo, I have a color wheel, so I know what to pick.
Oh, then I was gonna say, like, well, you said it like Universe Survival isn't a good team. It's actually
No,
pretty solid.
it is a very good team. It's just that I want to use Kale, and then I see Super Saiyans, and I was like, oh.
Okay. Well, maybe you can use her more
Swear
now
jar.
instead of Bergamo.
Where sure.
Fudge, I mean. Damn.
Yeah, so I also play him on fusions. But again, I ended up going back to LOE just because of what Moji just said. The rush protection is not there. And I'm not good enough with Gogeta 4. I'm just not used to his playstyle that much that I'll just keep losing the cover cut here early.
It's been an adjustment for me. These units together aren't really my playstyle, but you know, whenever you have a new fun unit like this Kaioken Goku come out, I tend to want to play with them, and I'm willing to sacrifice a few matches to
learn.
have some fun.
Fair enough. And in terms of equip, what would you put on him? Let's start with. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I've been running the right now the new yellow God Key plat with the ×10.
Yep.
With the strike defense, key recovery, and strike attack, and the blast attack. I've also been running the Universe Survival Saga plat item on them as well, and with
So the 2 plat equips, yes.
yeah, the 2 plat equips, and then right now I've been running, with them being a range type, I've been running the Hurry Vegeta to get the pure blast on
Right.
per Saiyan, since I've been running him with Gogeta 4 and Ultra Gogeta.
I kind of run a similar setup. It's just that I don't run a full Saiyan setup, so I kind of use the new Awaken equipment that gives HP and some blast and defenses. That helps, but sometimes if I'm not going to use the plat, I'm giving him the Awaken equip that gives health restore. Like with that 15% that every time he charges up, with more health restore, he gains even more HP. Which
you're pissing me off.
Yeah, that one or the other one.
The Let's Go Vegeta.
Yeah, Let's Go Vegeta.
For God Key Goku only.
Yeah, if you want to focus on more tanky stuff, I feel like Let's Go Vegeta is more better choice. If you have the first slot to blast, and then just focus on the other two. Then if you use the other, if you just want to focus on health restoration, that's good too. But I feel like you're only focusing on attack and nothing of survival then. But I mean, that's a good thing if you know how to play this Goku correctly. Just what DFree has said, you don't really need the defenses. You just need to heal. You just need to do all the combos, kind of like that. So kind of shifting around with the equip depends on what team I'm using.
I personally also like the Let's Go Vegeta one because of the special move damage, because his blue card hits like a damn truck. Most of the time, for me, it hits harder than his ult, which is unheard of.
I've noticed
Like,
that
I don't
too.
know how, but yeah, his blue is insane.
Yeah, even though it doesn't have the powerful effect, just like Ultra Gogeta, but I feel like that's a blessing in disguise. We have 2 units that use that with the blue card. It's like, oh my god, no hand at all.
I like using that. Well, that's not fair one, the Awaken one, the Champa and Vados one. That one. So like, if you don't push that one to Z+, your stats are probably going to be like 12 to 13% on some of those. For the first couple of slots, but I just like the sheer amount that you get there. You get special move, you get health, both defenses and blast attack. Seems like a good third equip to use in conjunction with some of the ones you guys mentioned, like the unique equips. Again, it's not crazy high in stats, but I like to have the balance of all the different things personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair enough.
I mean, you don't really need the pure blast and stuff. You have the infinite combo if you have the correct setup. So
you know what I
just have the.
Oh, sorry.
What are you guys using for pure blast anyway? The explosive clash one or something?
Yeah, there's the explosive clash that gives either pure blast or pure strike, depends on what typing you have. It's only working on a universal. I use sometimes that depends on what. If you just want to do more just focus damage. But if you have an endless combo, I don't think it's necessary because the base stats kind of helps you either way.
Yeah.
And you know what I find interesting is that we're talking about a Goku, and nobody has even brought up it's all up to my fist equip because he just gets the vanish back on.
Already do it.
Yeah, he doesn't care, man.
Because he doesn't need it, right?
He doesn't really need it.
He's like the first one. I was gonna give it to him. I was like, wait a minute.
Like,
I don't need that thing.
Because the Vanish is
it,
restored by his gauge, by his unique gauge. So this Vanish gauge recovery is kind of useless unless all the gauge is up and you just want to focus on surviving.
Yep.
But the game has gone way too over already when you don't really need to have the full advantage on this except for the blue and ultimate damage. But you don't have any advantage of the last slot.
Yeah, it's just really if your vanish is almost full, then maybe it will help you just surprise your opponent. But most of the times, yeah, you probably don't need it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
just
mean, I
doesn't
feel
feel
like
worth compared to
the
others.
other equipments are good enough to keep this Goku more survivability, and his already unique gauge that helps him already get the advantage. You can just play around whatever equips you think fits. If you want to do more special move damage or ultimate damage, then probably this is good. But if you want more survivability, you change to different equips. It all depends on what you want to test. This Goku is interesting with all of his kits, so you can test out whatever fits you better.
All right, and yeah, obviously there wouldn't be a new unit without a banner. So Moji, talk us through your experience with the Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Goku banner. Do you think it's valuable? Who should summon on it? And yeah, how was your experience?
Definitely if you're a God Key or Universal Survival Saga main, I think you should you should summon for this unit. He's going to be core for a long time. My experience with the banner hasn't been the best. It took me 40,000 CC just to get my first copy of this unit. And I don't think...
This banner is not good.
It's not. It's not good comparatively to the Ultra Gogeta banner, who you could pretty much build a team just by summoning off that one banner. This banner, I don't think you can particularly build a universe survival or a God Key team.
That is the only reason if you're going to summon on this, guys, because the LFs on this is, I can only see like 1 or 2 unit that will benefit you. If you don't have the Senkai Vegeta, then this is also benefiting you. But do not make your chances of just getting LFs. All the other characters in this banner is not good at all. I'm just going to say, they're old units, very old. And
well, what I will say about this banner is that all of the featured characters are LFs. So if you get a fancy animation, you're gonna get an LF for sure.
Yeah, it is guaranteed with that. Though if you see a Broly, then you fudge. You're only getting the LF.
Yeah. Well, like if you get like Nimbus, for example, you're getting an LF.
Yeah.
You get
Nimbus,
something like that.
And Nimbus and hope for God there's not a Broly was like, yes, I have a chance, please.
Please not Broly, no.
All right, Noctis, you want to say something?
No. Yeah, what blows my mind is that there's 3 yellow units. And guess what?
Yeah.
Goku replaces both of them unless you run yellow, which is just, I don't know, you shouldn't. You just run double green instead with the new Zenkai 7 Vegeta that is also on the banner. But why are the other 2 yellows that got replaced by him on the teams? Why are they there? Like, just to bait you?
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe just like a consolation prize. Like, oh, you needed one of the yellows for God Key, so here you go.
Unless they are preparing some plat equip for certain LFs, maybe. We don't know.
That is possible.
I mean, technically, they all did just get a plat equip, right?
Yeah, but unique plat equip. You know what I mean?
No. I'm saying like he asked why, and it's like, okay, well, maybe that was their idea. I mean, I agree. I think it's pretty
maybe
dumb.
that's also why. Yeah.
Yeah, it might probably be but that is why the Ultra Gogeta banner has more value. It's because Ultra Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it's just way too good. Just those 2 units is just worth the summoning on that. This is just for Ultra Goku. Meanwhile, the other ones, sure, are good. Goku has already replaced the other 2. Technically, if you just pull Ultra Goku, you are more happy to just keep him than getting the others.
I agree. I'd take a 5-star Ultra Goku over Evo and Gogeta Blue at this point.
I mean, they are good. It's just that this Goku is so ferocious in his kit and so oppressive. It's going to be insane if you pull him and then you look at the other units like, they're not doing half the things I want them to do. So, I mean, Gogeta is still good with his cover thing, but Goku has that on his main. Vegeta has that kid that keeps getting cards every time someone appears and get key if you have less than 30, I think? 40?
35, I believe.
35, yeah. But this Goku literally gets card continuously, and with his card draw speed, double card draw speed if you vanish, you get green card continuously that gives you key and cards. Vanish, restore. Yeah, this Goku literally takes all. Unless you want to focus on just gathering unit. This is a good banner, but there was better, 100%.
It's not a good banner to gather either, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only other character I think most people are looking for here is the old Vegeta.
The green one, yeah.
I think Evo Vegeta's solid, but the old Vegeta is the only other real gem on this banner. Because the reality is, if you didn't play when he came out, it probably was very hard for you to get him to 7-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I pulled probably 6 copies of that Vegeta on so far.
So the only thing you want to focus on is this Goku, and if you're lucky, the Vegeta.
Yeah.
Evo Vegeta, sure, if you want to use like double yellow, or just want to have him just in case because you are a Vegeta fan. So
or Vegeta Clan, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Vegeta Clan. I mean, I said Vegeta fan. I might say fan.
Well, no, I was saying because maybe you want to run Vegeta Clan, and the stipulation there is that you do need I mean, if you want to use a yellow anyway, you need to have characters that meet Trunks' criteria.
Yeah.
So there's still use for Vegeta.
Yeah, which I used to find this banner very interesting. It's just you hope that you get the featured. It's kind of what your focus on this banner is. If you just get normal sparkings, it's kind of not all that good. Depends on what you want to focus on. If you don't have it, absolutely. Just get more copies until you're done with it. But I do recommend you save because the anniversary is soon. Unless you want to focus on Universal Saga and God Keep.
Or potentially a movie banner as well. That's what I mentioned earlier. I can understand people skipping this banner because it's in a weird time.
Yeah.
It is.
And it sucks.
Yeah, it's just that Jiren just came out and then this Ultra Goku. Well,
yeah.
I was like, what were they thinking? People have been summoning on Jiren and now I was like, oh my god, my wallet cannot take it. Please.
That's typical Legends for you.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true.
True.
It's typical.
But else, my point is, don't summon if you don't really want this Goku, because it will come back. Might take late comeback, but it will come back. Gogeta did. So
Gogeta was back within 3 months. So
he was so fast to come back.
It was really quick for.
I think end of February, right? So even 2 months.
Yeah, it was
probably one of the fastest comebacks ever.
But his banner was only up for like a week, right? That's probably why.
Yeah. I think the return was a week, but wasn't the original one up for longer? Was it really just a week?
It was only the original was.
I think it was a week the first time too.
It was 1 week.
Was it? What was the first time? I know it was shorter than normal because typically banners last like a damn month now.
Yeah, but the Ultra banner was only there for 2 weeks, and then when they come back, it was only for 1 week. They decreased it because there were more banners that was coming, and people summoned to just 14-star the Ultra Gogeta, which we see.
Another thing too, it's like you get that, then Jiren, now this. It's like, dang man, they're really trying to get you.
They really want you to spend a lot until then.
That surprise for April that Toshi was talking about.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
It's gonna be April Fools.
I thought that. I thought of that. I was like, watch him just troll us.
Oh my god.
I can see that.
But yeah, skip the mana probably. Unless, I mean, the thing is that like Goku is insane, but you have to also like understand that the reality, if you're not gonna drop a ton of gems, or crystals, the reality is you might not get them because the rate's at 0.35, like extremely low. And I know a lot of, obviously, pretty much everybody watching this video should know that, but just to reinforce the idea that he's incredible, but unless you're gonna go all in, unless you get really lucky, obviously. Like I think Moji said, he went really hard. So like, that's just it could go either way. I saw Goresh was struggling too. I mean, it took me like 20 to get a copy, which I think is reasonable.
Took me 2K.
One copy, nice. 20K. I wish it was 2K. But like you could have the complete opposite end. I don't know who it was, but somebody took me like 120, dude. It was disgusting. So like it's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
Do not expect to get the unit right away and stuff. It is a gacha game. Just have what you want. Just decide if you really want it, or just save until the next one.
Yeah, right. Don't go complaining like I got shafted with 2K. That's not how this works.
That's not absolutely how that not work. If you say like 10K or 15K, I understand you. But 2K, really, that's not even a rotation.
You're right, DVG. It was SS3. God, I hate that guy so much.
Oh.
God, I hate that guy.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I'm done. We'll say the original Vegeta, the God Vegeta banner. I pulled them first multi, so
be nice.
Yeah, but like I said, summon if you want, but I do recommend save until anniversary.
All right. So we got 2 more things on Wednesday. One of them is the new full power battle, and I'm gonna ask our man xNoctis here, free to play Andy. How are you liking this this mode? Did you play it before the Goku, or did you play it after you got him?
I played it after I got him because I summoned basically ASAP when I saw it and I had the time to go on the game. And the game mode, I'm so split on it. the RNG is killing me. Like straight up to the point. The RNG is so devastating in that mode. Like they can get into that weird mode where you just have to dodge and you can't damage them. And if you like pull out your ult and activate it and they go into that mode, well, waste your ult, GG. Or waste your Rising Rush when you clicked it at that specific time when they activate that weird mode where you have to dodge. Also, they just evade your Rising Rush like it's nothing if you don't like have a guaranteed hit on them when they do a card or something else. Your party AI is also so wonky. It's like you yourself, you survive, they attack easily, but they cover you and die instead. Like, why? Why are they doing this? And the opponent in the end can just main ability get 30 bars of HP back, and it's like, yup, GG. My party died, I don't have my rush, there's nothing I can do. The mechanics are weird and the timing is off, I can't damage them.
And enjoy the burst.
Enjoy the burst? Yeah. Oh my god, the burst. I even forgot about that. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that burst on Scream. Sometimes you can't even break it. There's nothing you can do. It's like, what am I supposed to do? And then bam, you get hit by that AoE. And most of your party members maybe even die.
Yeah, you get down to 1 HP from the burst.
Yeah. Yeah, down to 1 HP and then they cover change you.
No, usually they even attack right after the burst again. And sometimes they actually disrespect you by just throwing out a tap blast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the AI. That's me. I don't like the AI, the RNG. They need to work around that. It could be a really decent mode, not gonna lie. But right now, it needs some adjusting real badly. That's my opinion. It can be such a good mode, and at the same time, it can just straight up, you lose. There you go. Nothing you can do.
Death counter simulator.
I really do enjoy the challenge, though. I mean, for those who collect a lot of units and have the units, this is a goldmine for them because you can literally have the boost unit and everything. But for those who doesn't, I can understand the frustration how they cannot kill even the shield, because the shield is so it takes forever to break it. You need the rush, or you need the special blast or strike rush to break it. But if you don't get that in time, it's kind of pointless. I understand that. The RNG too is kind of ridiculous, but I just think of this as a challenge for a mini game, and I had fun with it. Well, 100% I had fun by testing something new in Legends. At least this was not like a co-op thing, and they trying to do something new. But remember, this is just a test thing, what they are trying to do with this. Because I don't think they planned on we getting C power from the very unit. So it's going to be interesting how they focus on this in the future. I do want them to focus on huge raid bosses. That's what I want. This is a perfect moment for it.
The broken record strikes again.
Yes.
But yeah,
well,
Noctis,
you want
Noctis,
to fight an Alsara, right?
We just saw on screen what you were talking about, Goresh using his Rising Rush right when the raid boss switched into his first mode.
You just take the L. Nothing happened.
Nullified.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Just you have to watch out how they focus on. Depends on what HP and down. It goes. It goes up and down, but after a certain health is down, it will go to that mode. And even if you do press rush, it's cancelled because the unit doesn't really exist there. It's like the unit doesn't exist in front of you. That's why it's kind of cancelled with everything. Even though you use pressing cards, it's like you're hitting nothing.
I think that aside from that, the dual break is annoying because like you can evade it, but your allies can't. That's the dumbest thing ever.
True.
Like they're forced to take damage. And then if you don't do eventually you get to a point where the stupid mode like snowballs on you if you struggle to break the shields because your allies are going to be perpetually at 1 HP the whole time. So like, okay.
True.
Yeah, and they don't heal.
You know?
I wish your allies would follow you.
Yeah.
More.
Like when you attack, they attack.
Or more like when you dodge the mid-range thing and evade forward, they'd also do that same thing because I think that's where most of them die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the game tells you in the little pop-up, oh, your allies can't dodge it, but you can. I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Like, why not?
I agree with that.
Like, I also like one thing that happened too was when it came down to the activation of the the burst. I thought it was really telling that the second it pops, the entire team uses all their main abilities. It's like, okay, the game they program this in a way that they know damn well it's too hard. Every character's drawn all their ultimates and everything. It's time to go.
I do like it depends on what typing you have on the battlefield. It focuses on what the team does. Like if you have a melee type, they increase the damage if you use a strike rush. Or if you have a range type, increase it even more damage if you have used that. If you have a range type. Support type gives everyone card draw speed and key recovery. And the defense type just the tanks more, making everyone more defensive. Kind of in the description, but I do like what they're trying to do. But what the xNoctis said, it needs big adjustment because this is high RNG at this point. Because the shield,
You mean high octane, right? Not RNG.
that the both. But
High skill cut, dude.
yeah, it's just the shield just it goes back charging up, and it doesn't go down.
Sorry, I gotta say this, Battle. I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm watching the video of Goresh playing this. Did anybody see him almost get the shield down but not get it down?
And not rising, rising rush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the
The bar
shield
had 1
restores
HP.
itself.
Yeah.
The shield
up there. It's
restores
so weird.
itself. Unless you hit way too hard, unless you don't hit the hard, it will continue like that.
Yeah, you might as well just use the freaking rush, man, and
Yep.
the freaking shield.
And
Yeah,
that's the
that's what I
question,
do.
right? Because I also heard different strategies where buddy of mine didn't have the new Goku. He beat the rush. He beat the Jiren one, which I think is arguably the harder one of the two. With Kalen Caulifla, I believe, or with Evo Vegeta and he basically said he's never rushing the shield, but he's always just rushing between the bursts. And personally, I beat it because I rushed the shield, so at least once I break the burst.
Yeah, I did the same. The first shield, because everyone used the main ability, increase everyone's up damage and everything. Because it says that if you all use the main ability, it stacks upon each other. That is the reason why when the burst happens, they get more powerful and defensive. But everyone, I'm focusing on breaking the shield the first time and not focusing on the second one. Just trying to get the Dragon Ball so you have the rush for once he does that ultra burst thing. So you can just do as much damage as possible and just take him down before he takes my allies down.
Yeah. Like I would save the rush and then one or two of those sparkly cards, like the all-out rush ones.
Yeah. The problem though is if all of your party members are dead, you cannot use them because they will go away. You can only use those if you have a party member that is alive.
What, those sparkly
One
cards?
partner. Yeah. You
What
need
do you-
the party member to be alive. You cannot use them when all of them are dead.
Seriously?
Yeah, because it's a combo thing.
Okay. I didn't notice that, but I also didn't really pay attention to it, to be honest.
Yeah, but I try to focus when I have fun, when I play the game, and trying at least was something new. So I don't know the full frustration because I did pull the Goku. But for those who didn't have the boost unit and everything, I can 100% understand why you're so frustrated. I tested it out without. I was like, I cannot beat this. I mean, I cannot beat this game mode. It is so hard.
Dude, double swear jar today. What is up with you, Battle?
I don't know. I'm trying to calm down, but
So-
I don't know.
So if there was one thing that you would get to improve about this mode, and we're gonna start off with DFree, and then we're just gonna go down the order. What would you improve, DFree?
Either one of these two, either the timer on the burst or the shield on the burst, because it just seems like, what is it, 12 seconds or whatever? It's
Yeah.
just not long enough.
Okay, so either you
So
would make it
that's-
weaker or you would give the player more time.
Yeah, and we saw co-op get some of these same tweaks too when it was new, so they're obviously going to tweak this. So that's what I would change the most. Wait, on that topic, doesn't Ultra Goku reduce it or what?
Huh? No.
I haven't used him in this mode yet. I got him
No idea.
after I.
No, Ultra Goku
It's
doesn't.
got like anti-burst or something as a benefit.
No.
He's got something as a boost.
I think it only increased the time by 2.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, he's got something. Obviously, as a new character. So
Anti damage, or anti ultra burst, inflicted damage by 50%.
Okay.
wow. Okay, that's
That
pretty
is a
broken.
lot.
So your characters
a
don't
lot.
just go to 1 HP.
Right.
All right, Moji, what would you change if you had one wish?
If I had one wish on this mode, I would be able to control your own AI a little more. Just have them float with you rather than them taking unnecessary damage. In the evading phase.
Toshi, you heard the man. Write this down. Now let's hear what Noctis has to say. Preach, boy.
Yeah, I'd also basically say make the party AI smarter, and if he has such a strong burst phase, make it only once and not like, oh, you broke it. Have fun with another one when you don't have any ults, no rising rush, nothing, and you just take the damage no matter what, because he does it multiple times. Like I didn't get it. Like, I was like, why can he spam it when he wants to? What is this? Why should I even break it when he does it again anyway? Like what?
All right, and
That was just insane.
what about you, Battleamore?
What about me? I'm just want this that you don't have to have the newest shiny unit. Have to focus on getting all the buffs to beat this raid boss. I understand that if you want a shiny unit, it's making it easier, but you have to at least make sure that every other boost unit at least should have more benefits. Because your party members, every one of them is not getting enough boost for this to be happening. I looked all of the event exclusive with all the new units. The opponent is purple. Why are you giving the most powerful buffs to the unit that is not color advantage? And it gives the smallest buffs when they are color advantage. And you will still use the color advantage unit because they have the ability to survive.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
that grouping will change in future iterations of this, so I don't know if that applies to everyone.
I mean, it doesn't really apply to everyone. I mean, if you have focused on using the new event exclusive, the focus on EX unit, I don't understand that part. But I want them to have variety of how you making use the boost of characters. I mean, it just doesn't fit well with me that sure you need to have an event exclusive, but why is it that not everyone gets a buff for a certain, but still not everyone gets the buff? Like if I face God of Destruction Topo, like I cannot use the same event exclusive to have that same buff. Because the extreme one and the event exclusive one was both on the same thing on both Topo and Jiren, but not the first two.
All right. And I guess what I would change personally is I'm hoping that they don't hide free-to-play units behind that exclusively, because I mean, for now it is a one-time thing that is probably, well, a one-time thing that's recurring that doesn't make sense, but it's here for like a bit more than 2 more weeks. And I hope that they add some more rewards to it. So when you clear like the hardest difficulty, you get some erasers or some at least co-op medals, like the big ones or the small ones or something, some Z power to make it, more worth the time as well. Personally, I have to say I actually enjoyed having to strategize with my Kayle and Caulifla, even though you guys say it is a bit heavy on the RNG side, but I felt like, okay, this was kind of a challenge, and I feel like there needs to be some sort of a challenge also for those endgame players who
100%.
Maybe want to have some fun outside of a ranked match, even though, yes, Legends is mostly PvP. So I think that is a good step in the right direction. And again, as you said, with co-op, even though co-op is still arguably the worst game mode, they have made tweaks. So Toshi, if you watch this, keep doing it, keep improving it. We'll keep giving feedback in the most constructive way we can. which is not always constructive, but we'll try. And with that said, let's move on to the last feature that we got, and that is GodTube. And I'm going to hand it right back to you, Battleamore. How do you like GodTube? And are you on there yet?
I mean, no, I'm not in GodTube yet. I am in God rank, but I am not a God rank player for me to be there. Though I am so confused on GodTube. Like, I don't know if it's a certain requirement if you had to be on a certain ranking in the God rank to be there. Because I know some players face another God rank player, but they are not up there. And yeah, like CVG fought someone from God rank too, but it's not up there. So I don't know. I do enjoy it. You can literally see if someone is cheating too, because I did see someone did cheat. It was funny. Because there were a guy that was using corrupt Zamasu future, the future team, but he's using corrupt Zamasu, future Gohan, and future Trunks. He had corrupt Zamasu out against the Ultra Goku. He swapped to future Gohan. Then after 2 counts, corrupted Zamasu came back in, and then it disconnected right after. So nice. I feel like it's a good direction. It can see that if someone is cheating with the new. With the system, it's just that it's not going to record everything, which is back and forward for me. But I do enjoy what they are trying to do. That we can watch it, we can just focus on see if someone cheats or someone lags, which is interesting.
No, we can't see if they lag, because the thing is that, and that's what I was about to bring up, is GodTube is not a recording. GodTube is literally 2 bots doing the exact same inputs. So you cannot see if a game was excruciatingly laggy or if it was, smooth.
Oh no, I know. I forgot to mention it. It did face Arju's, and that was recorded, but it was no lag, which I was not happy about. I watched it, and yeah, it's too bad, because if they can see how lag it was, we can see the problem. 100%. They can see the problem, and then we can actually report the dude or whatever dude that's laggy. It's just you cannot see the replays that are drawn, disconnected. But the surrender is okay, but disconnected thoroughly or disconnected right away.
All right. What about the other guys? What do you how do you like GodTube?
I haven't watched any of it yet, to be honest.
To be honest, I've been focusing on getting God rank so I can appear there myself, but
Same.
Moji for the clout.
hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? But I mean, I'm God rank. I just haven't faced any other godly players to get on there yet. But as someone has faced another God rank player and not appeared on there yet, I wonder if there's some sort of time delay or other requirement that we don't know of to appear on GodTube.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because when Battle said, ZPG fought somebody and he's not on there yet, it might take a day or so, or it's just, you have to be in the top 50 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Because it seems like it'd be a heavy strain just to record every, pretty much what it's going to be as top 1,000 player. It's a match. There has to be some sort of other requirement.
That makes sense.
Also, I think it's a good thing that we have this. At least we now can see how the top players, or those who are not on God rank, learn how to play for a bit just by watching, and that is interesting in itself. And just to watch replays is kind of good, because if you are a content creator, this is insanely good. Because there are some matches you don't have recorded, but you wish you recorded that. You can just commentate on it, how it went, and that in itself is good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't like how you cannot save your own replays though. That's kind of awkward to me. Like, why?
Yeah, you can only save the God rank ones to put on favorite.
I don't
or
like
share
that.
it.
Yeah, but they're still gone after a while, right?
Exactly. They'll get replaced by new ones when you play. Also, that you always have the perspective of the winner. It's kind of like, you already know who won.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's
I'm pretty
only the
sure that's how
perspective
it
of the
is.
winner. But at least you get to see how everything went.
I mean, it's just the start, so they will improve it. But it's a good
Everything in
beginning, I'd say.
GodTube, it was almost saved if you scroll down back and forward. But it will disappear right after... Right when the next reset perhaps happens.
One thing I think would be cool is if you could at least download it. Like, I mean, it has to be somewhere, somewhere saved as a file. And I don't think that they're going to save it as like a file of commands. I think that they're probably going to just make it a video eventually, like when they put it on the servers. But I also don't exactly know how it works. I wish I could just download the video. I think it would make a lot of things just easier, because this way you can also really save the good matches for later. If you don't have the capability of, like recording it from your phone or from, your OBS or whatever.
Yeah, true. Else, I think this is a good thing, and I feel like the Legends have been doing very good things nowadays. With the new update, the new mode, they have been preparing for a lot of stuff. I really do enjoy it.
All right. It sounds like that's pretty much everything we're going to talk about GodTube. And there's one more thing that I would like to just generally throw out there. DFree, what are your expectations for the rest of this month in terms of any new banners, Zenkais, events, anything that you think is still going to happen before we go over to April Fools?
To be honest, I didn't really think about it all too much. I kind of, just jumped in and saw that. But if I had to guess, it would. I mean, I had ideas, but it's just kind of like not on the top of my head. I don't think we're gonna get any new events. I mean, there's only 10 days left. No banners. I mean, there might be some stuff in the news in terms of events, but I don't think anything really in particular is gonna happen. But for a potential Zenkai, there were a few that I was kind of circling as maybe potentially happening. The older Kaio-WHAT Goku is one I think has a solid chance of happening soon. I think he deserves it. There was another couple that I talked about semi-recently off the podcast, obviously, but I really don't know. But if I had to guess, I'll just say him, to be honest. I think he's probably worth it at this point. You know how they like to do that. Back-to-back, same color stuff, so.
Yeah,
True.
just like what we
I
had.
was kind of expecting we getting him as a Zenkai then rather than the Ultra unit. This is what I was expecting.
This is a weird Ultra, especially because it's like Kaio-WHAT Goku from the Universe Survival, who does nothing notable except for the Spirit Bomb, which they're clearly saving, so it's just kind of weird, but okay.
Predicted him more as an LF than a Ultra unit personally.
Kaio-WHAT Goku.
Like, even then, the LF is what? The Spirit Bomb?
Exactly. That's
Or
why
it could be an awaken from Kaio-WHAT Goku using Spirit Bomb to UI Goku.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. But it would be nice. I'd like it.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Yeah. What about, another one I was thinking about was on the topic of universe survival. And I think this is one that could go where it's like extremely toxic, but also could be one where it's like, I don't know if it really moves the needle a lot because another top 5 character already occupies this color on the same team. But Kefla. She's one that I have as an idea as well.
Ooh, yeah, Kefla. That works actually.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one that, because Gogeta's so powerful. Like I said, I consider him to be top 5 or so, maybe top 7 at worst, but I think he's top 5 for sure. Mm-hmm. And she occupies the same space outside of, girls and some other like teams, I guess. But for the most part, that's it. So
100%. Let's get Kefla Zenkai.
Ale and Khalifla have Zenkais, so
right. So it's time for Kefla.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kefla. Well, all of us is going to meeting 3. Palm is going to say it.
Yeah, you're all fired. There's no love for Kefla in here, okay? You heard? Didn't you get the memo?
Oh boy.
I still have PTSD from the meta with her and Vegito Blue.
I will forever die on the hill that she was like Vegito Blue took up all the hate, but Kefla was real.
Yeah.
Like there were so many
Card draw
matches I
speed.
faced both of them. There was so many matches where I faced both of them, and I was just like, no, you know what? I'm okay with Vegito. Kefla is the real damn problem. There were so many matches for me like that.
The Feint.
So
is the
I'll
Feint.
forever die on that hill. She was a menace, man. Especially like Gotenks in that time period too.
Yeah.
It was so problematic.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
red Gotenks.
Yeah, they came out the same
Yeah.
banner, right? Kefla and Gotenks.
Yep, banner.
Yes.
And then after with the anniversary came VB.
Yeah. Moji, you wanted to say something? Did I get that right?
Oh, I was gonna say that Feint with Kefla, that was the most toxic part because it fainted me 100% of the time.
That's what it felt like to me as well. If opponent is Palmzor, feint 100%.
Speaking of 100% fate chance on a fusion character.
Gotenks.
Let's go those days.
Yes. Yellow Gotenks.
Dude,
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
150% due to like a bug.
Guaranteed. I was gonna say I've never missed this, and they were like, "Oh, there was actually a bug." I was like, "That explains it." I never missed it a single time. Good times, man. Good times.
Good job.
Noctis, anything you would still see coming this month, or you think it's just gonna peter out slowly?
I hope it just chills, doesn't give me anything dry. I want my CC and wait until Anitoshi. There you go.
Yeah, fair enough. And you had how much did you have when you started summoning, and how much did you have after you summoned on Ultra?
I had 75,000, and when I stopped, I was at 25 to get him to 10.
Ooh.
I mean, it's okay,
Man.
not too shabby.
All I hear is another 25 to summon.
No, not even. No, I refuse.
Alrighty. I think we're gonna conclude this the discussion part here. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back with some questions. And as always, donations will take precedence. We'll try and answer as many as we can. So take a quick break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, here we go. We are back, and yeah, as you can see, DFree had to leave, but we are still left with a group that can discuss your questions. Noctis, I'm gonna head over to you. You're gonna choose the ones from chat. Let's go.
Alrighty, the first one I see is Jonathan R5000. Between the two summonable ultras, who do you guys think is more valuable in terms of kit and teams that they are on?
I feel like Ultra Gogeta has more of a variety of kit because his C ability is focused on Saiyans. Meanwhile, the Goku is focused more on Universal Saga and God Key. So I feel like Ultra Gogeta has more of a value because of that. I feel because he also has Blast Armor, he has more control over the field. Meanwhile, Goku, he has the combo, he's the combo master, to be more precise. Like, you can do endless combos, you can trick your opponent, do much vanishes and stuff. But it is nothing compared if you face an Ultra Gogeta. You are scared shitless because he has 2 ults, he has Blast Armor, he can do and destroy your cards. You cannot do a lot of combos against it.
I swear, battling that swear jar is just gonna
I know,
be
man.
going
What, did I swear?
today. Couple
You're
times.
escalating, man. What do you mean?
No, I didn't mean to.
Right.
Go back to back in one sentence, dude.
Really? I need to hear my recording.
You stream too much PvP, man. I know
Your
it.
ears
You
are
stream
gonna
too much
bleed.
PvP.
Dude, it's PvP's all PvP's fault. I've been having a
is.
headache.
I know this. It
Yeah, so
is.
I think the one thing that I think is better for Gogeta for sure in terms of like utility is the blue card destroying cards, because if you end it on a blue card and you also get key and the blue card on the gauge being full, you can just hinder your opponent from directly striking back, which I believe is especially good if you need to stall out for a couple more counts before your switches come back. But yeah, in terms of teams that they're on, I mean, they're both Saiyans, so that gives them a lot of options. I just feel like you can run, I mean, also leader slots, but if you want to run on like teams that they're actually on, Fusions is still pretty looking pretty damn good at this in this meta, and they're probably one of the best counters to LOE. So, you know, like that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Ultra Gogeta, and then, you know, use what you want, Trash Oop or Zenkai Super Vegito or leader slot unit.
Future Gohan was my go-to.
Yeah. Puddle Han.
I didn't know that word was a swear word.
Did you just listen to it again?
I
Let's move on.
I but I understand. I feel like Gogeta that has more control overall. If you wanted to technical of team, you can run both of them. Absolutely. But I feel like Gogeta has more of a support kit to give more balance.
And Gogeta is such an endgame monster, dude. He just locks you, gets type null, he just destroys you.
That locking is already crazy. And he can literally run through teams. Even though your opponent is green, he can still ride through because he's type neutral.
Alrighty.
And also, wait, one more thing. One more thing is also that this Gogeta actually heals indefinitely.
Yeah,
which I think Goku doesn't. I think 7 times, right?
Yeah, 7 times.
Yeah, 7 times.
So,
still, 7 times, man.
Yeah, 7 times is crazy, but indefinitely, I don't know if you're gonna need it outside of like a friendly no rush match, but it's there. All right, sorry, Noctis, go ahead.
Alrighty, Dolly.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. Hold up. Hello?
Yes?
Yeah.
Battle?
Yeah,
Okay,
continue.
Okay. Dalian with the question. If I'm a new player and I already got Ultra Goku and Legends Limited Jiren, should I keep going on the Jiren banner to make a team?
I think you should focus more on the Ultra Goku banner, if that is the case. Because the Ultra Goku banner, if you want to continue using Survival Saga, and if you want to spend your CC, I feel like Goku is more of a viable thing to summon for. Because you're getting more of a buff if you summon through that. Sure, you can summon through Jiren if you really like Jiren more. But I feel like if you're new and just want to experiment, and I feel like Goku is much better.
So, my opinion. Since I like saving CC, I would say put one on leader and look up for a team that you like more, depending on those two. aka where you put which one on the leader. I would rather put Goku on the leader, obviously, because he gets more boost out of it, and then build a team around it without summoning anymore to save your CC and look what other units you already have and you can use on the same team. Also, don't forget about the Super Saiyan Blue Zenkai 7 one. If you are new, he's still a really damn good option. You'll get him for free, Zenkai 7, pretty much. Also, at least 7 stars. And go from there. I wouldn't recommend summoning anymore because the anniversary is around the corner and you might get shafted anyway and grind up all your CC, waste your time and get shafted and have 0 on anniversary. That's my opinion to that question.
Yep. I agree.
I feel like xNoctis said almost everything everyone else wanted to say.
Save your CC. Anniversary's around the corner.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months and a week.
Yeah, it's only 2 months? Then yeah, definitely save.
Alrighty, Tommy Bilex, when MUI comes out for any, do you think you will be an LF or an Ultra since USS and Godkey now have 1 Ultra?
100% LF.
Yeah, he could be the part 1 LF, and then we get this, like surprise part 2 unit that just basically craps on everything that was in part 1.
Yep.
So revival Gohan situation.
Yeah, save your CC for part 2 of the anniversary. So for like end May, beginning of June.
Exactly. Like, if you're smart, just wait out the part 1 until we have part 2.
I'm not smart.
Just keep.
I'm neither. Dude. What can I say?
Moji, we the low IQ players here, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we see shiny, we get shiny. There you go.
Yeah.
We see shiny, we click summon.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Okay, Azizi17 with a question. How do you guys feel with the state of the USS team right now?
I feel like it's pretty balanced. It's just like it's a powerful red unit.
I think they're in a pretty decent state. I think they're just probably 1 unit away from being meta.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Zenkai?
Or one Zenkai away.
Depends on because we have seen Kale. We have
Kefla Zenkai.
Ooh,
Give him that Kefla Zenkai, and there you go.
Yeah,
She would probably be crazy. and
Yeah,
annoying.
if,
She
if
would.
If Kefla does get a Zenkai, then yeah. Then
Dude.
it's going to be funny.
Dude, soccer mom Zenkai, please no. Like, haven't you noticed that the way she's dressed, she looks like a soccer mom or something? Like those yoga pants or whatever. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know the reason why they.
It's
did
like
that design.
after the Tournament of Power, she went into her 7-seater family van and just, drove her kids to practice or something. Astik says, I have Kefla's outfit for real. Now
Well,
it's
I'm not
eternalized on YouTube.
I'm not surprised though.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he probably has the same body type as well.
Probably.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, moving on, and I don't need that in my image in my head.
Semi-13 with the question. Comparing both the free and the summonable ultras, it just feels like to me that they gave the free ones just to introduce these crazy good summonable ultras, because you never see a free ultra unlike the premium ones, and unfortunately it's not even close. What do you guys think? Comparing free-to-play ultras to the normal summonable ultras.
I feel like it's a good balance between it, because if you get a free-to-play ultra that is insane, equally as insane as the summonable one, why would you summon?
Yeah, I think it's comparing apples and rotten apples.
Yeah, there is no reason for you to summon. You're just using the free one that you got, and just use that character. You just build a team for between that. I mean, I can understand you want an OP unit as a free to play, but remember there was a time when Legends Road took over the meta, and because they were so tanky, they had the ones tankiest equips. They had like Senkais that only went from their tag, not even color. So they could take every hit. They had an endurance unit and 2 tanky units that you just can beat you up. And it never happened again because the free-to-play was way too powerful. No one would summon. People were focusing on the free-to-play. That was the... they don't want that to happen again. 100% sure.
All right, Moji, what do you think?
I'd have to agree with Battleamore. They don't want the free-to-play ultras to be on the same scale.
Yeah, that's pretty much summing everything he said up in a sentence.
Yeah, they just don't want it to be on the same scale because in the end they're not going to profit off of it, and if they are a business and need to make.
You have to remember, guys, before it's a Dragon Ball game, it is a gacha. They need to profit before this to continue.
But that also means gacha also means that there needs to be a balance between whales, free to play, and dolphins, I guess. Because if I learned anything from the lore, then it means that whales like to beat on free to play players with their 14-star shiny units. And I remember, I mean, I don't know if you remember Tiny Whale. I know Noctis, you do. And I think he quit the game when they implemented LBR in friendlies, because then everybody got the same toys that he basically purchased.
Yeah, basically because of tourneys, yeah. And LBR being active there most of the time. Exactly.
All right, let's do one more question.
The free-to-play ones are too bad in compared to anything else. Like, should they be better? I only see Omega like a few times.
I was about to say,
the rest are like non-existent.
Yeah, I was about to say he's probably the only still relatively viable one, and both the other Saiyans are just gimmicky in my opinion. Like they were kind of proof of concepts in my opinion. So it's like the first ones are never what you want to aim for, because you usually just find out what works and what doesn't work, and then you tweak them, and then you come out with Omega. So yeah, I think both Goku and Vegeta, especially Vegeta, I think, could use some more.
Yeah, but the reason why Vegeta was not as hype up more than Goku is because he's so locked in on sagas with his kit, and the free to play doesn't have that leader slot because it was implemented after.
I think they're preparing those for Zenkais. For our first Ultra Zenkais.
Yeah, but that'll probably be like next year or thinking, and I don't think it'll really be this year. Right now they are focusing on the new free-to-play that keeps coming with the old character models and everything. I do appreciate that. You get the free-to-play with old models. I like that. I like that their kits are different, 100%. I do enjoy that they function differently and how everything works out. But Ultra Senkais will not come this year. No way. No way.
Gonna say never.
I say that now. If it comes, I will eat a sandwich with mayo.
Ugh.
All right, let's do one more question.
Anyways, I guess Drazon, when is Region getting some love, guys? What do you think?
Next year.
Palm, there you go. That's your main question, dude.
Yeah, so anniversaries, LF, EKP or something. It's not gonna happen, man. I think not till Q3 at least, maybe even in Q4, like the winter time. I don't think that there's going to be anything before because anniversary is close. They could throw us like a random LF next month or something, but I think, not before anniversary. Then anniversary goes until at least July. And I don't know, man. I see it taking a while.
What
I
about the
see
movie
somewhere
though?
between August and October.
2025?
Where
Probably 2025.
Yeah, I see
The
that
movie
too.
could have some Region, maybe.
Ah, yeah, Ultimate Piccolo.
See, there's one.
Let's
one
see.
Region.
Let's see if he really will be on Region. I mean, he's a Piccolo. He
Nah.
should be, but
He will be on
You never
Bro,
know.
he has to be.
Super
He will.
Warriors.
Oh god.
What? I'm not saying the wrong thing here. It's Super Warriors. Oh, okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. Super Warriors needs love too, man.
they do.
The who?
Oh, guy, I hate you guys. I hate you guys. Why? Why? You get your buffs. Why? When are mine?
Never.
Never.
I'm just going to the corner. I'll be right back.
Okay,
right.
I think those are fine closing words then.
Never.
So yeah, we're gonna end the podcast here. And if you're on Twitch, this podcast will go live on YouTube in about 25 hours. Math in my head, not the fastest anymore. So if you want to rewatch it, you missed parts of it, you want to just check it out, hang out and chat, go on over to your YouTube, drop us a subscription there as well. And if you're on YouTube, leave a like, check out our creators in the description down below. So if you don't know DFree, up and coming creator, almost YouTube partner, so help him, And if you're looking for him in the search bar, do not type DFree without a space. You need the space or YouTube doesn't like it. Follow Noctis, Moji, and Battle, obviously on Twitter. You see their Twitter handles on screen, but follow all of us on Twitch as well. We are streaming. Battle and Moji are on their way to partner. I think Noctis, just not right now because you're pretty busy. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
But trying to
Plus
move
one.
and everything, the hustle is real. So yeah, make sure to follow us on all our social medias to stay up to date. Follow 59 Gaming on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Join our Discord. Everything's going to be in the description down below. And we will see you next week with the Ultra Spacetime Podcast 78. Until then, stay safe. Have a good week. See you next
Have
time.
a happy Legend weekend.
Enjoy Legends on the weekend, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, there we
time.
go. We're going to rate off. Have a great one. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace out.